תל אביב 360, ערוץ הפודקאסטים של אוניברסיטת תל אביב.
קומיקאים בקמפוס, תוכניתו של דוקטור אמיר טל.
So we're on Comedians on Campus. Welcome. We're very, very fortunate to have you.
Comedian in campus getting coffee?
Exactly. Well, some of them get coffee.
I really ask
big
for
ones.
it. I want to say that. I really ask for the coffee.
Yeah. That's why we call it Comedians on Campus. There is no budget for
for the campus.
For the coffee. So first I'll say before we introduce Yohay, today we have Shai. First time in front of the screens. He's usually behind the scenes. Now he's in front of the scenes, if you can say that.
Because he's shy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
First time I hear this joke in my whole life.
No, but it's not for you. It's for him. When the joke is about someone, it's never for him.
Like when birthday, you need to someone sing you happy birthday and you sit
Exactly. It's not for you the birthday. It's for the people to celebrate you. They're celebrating you. You're not celebrating. You're just like, it's not the gift that I wanted.
Very happy to be here.
Yes.
This side.
Welcome. Shai is doing his PhD here, and he'll give us insight into new studies or new research about humor, like specific.
PhD, it's very hard thesis.
It is. So we have...
That's the thing that they need to spray your genitalia.
On bed bugs. Genitalia?
No?
It's the PhD?
No.
Oh, it's okay. Something else. Okay, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe. So we have Yohay Sponder, the amazing stand-up comedian from the first row in Israel and the first row in the world.
Thank you very much.
Gradually.
But the rows, it's the crowd, but it's okay.
Yeah, so you're in the first.
I'm in the crowd
Metaphorically.
now?
No, metaphorically.
Okay,
You're the closest to the stage.
Thank you very much.
And he has Funny Monday with Shachar Hassan and does a lot of stand-up in English. Yeah. So we'll speak English in this episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, so this is a podcast, in case it's your first time here. This is the podcast in which we study humor. We're in the building of psychology and we study humor, and humor is a fascinating psychological phenomena which is not very well understood. So we thought we'll speak about the science and we'll bring comedians. This is what they do for a living. So they don't maybe know the theory, but they know a lot about humor. So that's the idea, to have scientists meet comedians.
You want to grow from two edges to one conclusion.
Exactly. The whole will be greater than the parts.
The theory, what it makes to make a joke, maybe.
But you know the practice.
But you want the practical practicing athletes.
Exactly.
We are the gladiators of the humor.
Exactly.
For you.
Exactly.
We're like the combat soldiers of what you guys are researching.
You'll die.
We are the avatar. When you get to the new planet, we are the avatar that I like these examples that I brought.
They're excellent.
Do you have more?
I have more, but I have a feeling that you guys prepared some stuff.
No, this is like... So first we want to ask, like we always ask, like the basic question. Have you ever thought about it? Like, what this profession you have, you make a living out of it. What is this humor that you know how to produce? Like, what do you give people when you make them laugh?
You have another question?
Yes. What is this?
That's the reaction that I want. I can answer this, but I want this reaction. What is this humor?
What is humor? Like, what do you do? What do you do to a person when you make him laugh? What happens in my head when you make me laugh?
Humor is a big power.
Yeah.
Is a big power, but with big power comes big responsibility.
Totally.
So we are superheroes. We are. But not like Spider-Man that... Better, yes.
Stronger.
Take all the superheroes that you see in the movies, combine them, it's not even one joke that we make. Yeah. Look, I make you feel good. I don't need to save your life. I just save your boringness. It's even better.
I think if I was robbed, I would find it less funny. I would like if you would chase the person, get the purse back.
You know the scale of Maslow, right?
Yeah.
So what's in the bottom? Food, sleep, so this is what the regular superhero do. we are going to the top of the notch and improve the spitz.
Yeah.
We improve your spitz. So
I've heard that before.
not only in that way, but also I'm saying that we take people that sometimes feel okay and we improve their feelings with humor.
So it also, so it works only with people whose other Maslow are taken care of. People who need to be relaxed in a good place.
Yeah, so comedy is for the whole Maslow scale, from the bottom to the top.
You think you can make a
Superman, only the bottom. Only when people really need him desperately to survive, to live. We are the whole scale.
Yeah. You're joking, but do you think people stressed, being like hungry would laugh at the joke?
Yeah, I think so.
The same?
Yeah.
Like maybe they need it. Like
maybe it's gonna, when you releasing dopamine, your brain works better, and then you can find a solution for your problem that you have in life. So you're surrounded with desperation sometimes. Mm-hmm. And you have a good feeling all of a sudden that gives you the hope that you needed to get out of your pit that you... Doesn't matter whose fault it is, but you're in a little hole in your life.
Yeah, and humor can get there.
Of course, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Well, yeah, of course you're right. We know it was in holocaust or whatever, and like terminal illness. There was always humor.
People told jokes in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand what they're saying. This is too soon to joke at the Holocaust. I'm not joking about the survivors. I'm not joking about the fact that people killed innocent people. I'm not joking about the atrocity. Yeah. I'm joking about a situation that they're funny. Yeah. Like when I'm saying that people comparing the October 7th to the Holocaust, I'm saying at least in the Holocaust, no one kidnapped Holocaust survivors. That's just, I'm pointing out that something horrible that happened again. Never again, but it happened again. So I'm not joking about like, what a loser, whoever was in the... I'm not doing that,
Yeah. I wonder if someone in the Holocaust said like too soon.
in the Holocaust, they had people that told jokes. They had people that played... they made it to sneak some instruments, and they played music, and they told jokes, and they did plays, and they did a lot of stuff to keep themselves sane.
Yeah, for sure.
Culture. Chaltura. Culture is coming from a place of keeping yourself sane. Everything we do that separates us from being an animal has to do with culture, your culture.
Yeah.
Even in the Mayans, in the the forest cultures that you'll find. We even call them cultures of people. Mm-hmm. They have cultures. They have their costumes. They have their how you call that in Hebrew?
What?
Masoret.
Tradition.
Tradition. Tradition, I would say.
I totally think it's it's cool that you mentioned it has to do with mindset. Like, I think it's known that humor can actually reduce your pain levels. Like, things are less painful if you're funny, if you're laughing, if you're exposed to something funny, and it calms you down. And so I think it's good. I mean, anyway, it improves your mood and calms you down. So it brings you into a perspective of things are not as bad as they could be. It makes you look at things from afar in some way. There's something about humor. And that's why we always say it keeps you sane, because it makes you detach from the situation. If you're able to laugh at it, if we say about something, one day you'll be able to laugh at it. And that means one day you won't be it won't hurt as much. You'll be able to take some distance from it. I think it's cool. One of the things we wanted to talk to you about, specifically you, is we feel your comedy, you have great mood in your comedy. You always, your comedy is given with a smirk, a half a smile, chatzi chiyuch. And Shai said, nah, it's just a chiyuch. I said, nah, I think it's a chatzi chiyuch. There are comedians who laugh a lot, and there are comedians who have dead face, but yours is you always have half a smile, I feel. And that brings a great mood, in the crowd. You always feel there's something funny going on. And I notice crowds laugh at your setups. they laugh like ahead of time, right? So there's something about it. Do you feel like something like that?
Yeah, I think I'm very good. It's weird to ask a person. You feel that it's what I'm saying is true. You just gave me props and you compliment me. So.
Yeah. So
you put me in a position that it's hard to
disagree
or agree. So it's like no, but it's okay because I know I'm modest, so I don't mind to be not modest if it came out.
You're the most modest.
I'm top 5 modest people you ever met. Not only top 5, the whole 5. It's me.
Are you? Okay.
So the next place is 6. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm also 6.
Okay.
In the modesty, but humbling, it's like 10.
Okay.
So I have 6 and 10 humbling. In what was the question,
So
sir?
the question is, do you
feel funny in the prison?
No. Do you feel like about mood, about like setting the mood? Like, do you have warm up in your comedy? You have warm up naturally, right? There's someone coming before you.
No, not always.
Not always?
I love that's weird because I want to give opportunity to the new generations all the time. I really believe in that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I really enjoy to take the crowd from their car, from the fight that they had with their spouses, to we're gonna laugh now together as a group. I love it. I love that feeling, and the warm act always takes it from me. Mm-hmm. So it's a love-hate relationship with that, which most of the time I rather do myself. But sometimes sometimes I give it up. I give it to someone to do it. Then I look at him and I'm jealous to see how he takes them from the day routine troubles to sit and laugh together.
To a humorous state of mind.
I always bring people that I really find funny.
Yeah.
So I like to watch them performing. So they make me, as a crowd member, loving comedy and going to perform comedy. So all the people that I work with is people that really makes me laugh. So it's not just someone that, he has 10 minutes that are legit. I'll let him open for me.
Yeah.
It's people that I find funny. So it's great.
Cool. And you actually see the audience getting more and more into like into humor, into the mood, like during a show. Do you feel them?
In the warm up?
Or if you don't have warm up, you see a crowd at the beginning, they're like in a state of mind, the car and a babysitter and whatever. And gradually they...
A lot of challenges when you're performing, all the time.
Yeah.
It's a journey. Each show, it's a whole journey of facing what's going on, facing the truth of the joke is working or not, the beat is working or not. How's the show going? You're maneuvering, you're sewing, you're like sewing? Rowing. Sozel and Aser.
Yeah.
Guys, we're learning together. We're not natives in this. Sozel and Aser. All right, never mind. לתפור. Okay. So it's good if you, okay. It is okay. Okay, so and it's always, I had one show in Manhattan actually that some rocket fell in Tel Aviv and some injuries and people have started to get the push notification in their iPhone. And you felt during the show that something is happening.
Yeah.
Something is happening. So like, guys, what's going on? I'm the only one there without the phone, Tell me what's going on. And someone told me you don't want to know. So now actually I ask you because I want to know. And he told me what's going on. And even those that didn't know about it, didn't get the messages, they start to check that their family or they're related, their friends, everyone is okay. So it gets the vibe down. Now you got to do something to bring them up. This is up to you. This is your responsibility. And it's awesome and I love it. You have to love it. You have to love the job.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating job, but you have to love it.
Yeah.
If you start to get frustrated, it's gonna turn on you.
If you get what? Frustrated.
Frustrated from what? But why? And you get annoyed. You get annoyed each time you're performing. You're gonna find something to get annoyed with.
Yeah, and there's jokes that like work 99% of the time, and then one time it doesn't work, and it's not your fault. Yeah, Lev said it's like the crowd's fault.
Yeah, but it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Even when it's not your fault, it's still your responsibility.
Yeah.
You are the shepherd. You are the CEO of the of this show.
You can't blame the crowd.
You can blame it on anything, but you have to say the next funny thing. It's up to you to be the next funny thing.
But they already paid this. They already there.
Yeah, this is a short-term thinking. You already pay. I got the money. What about tomorrow? You're not gonna be hungry also. So you want them to pay again, or to tell the friends that they should come to see this guy.
Yeah.
So.
So the same joke would work much better like late in the show than early in the show, right? Like if they're warmed up, because like warm up, I know just in comedy and in music, like nobody uses warm up in like there's no warm up.
It's more deep and complicated than what you described.
Give it to me.
There is many factors for everything you just said. You're just saying words.
Yeah, well, that's all I know how to
late
say.
And early. You're just comparing those two. You're comparing what you're talking about, who's the crowd, where I'm performing, how many people, what's the vibe, who's performing. Late and early, it's okay. It's like.
But we're in science. Yeah. Everything else remaining the same. If you just isolate this one aspect, if you take a joke, first joke of the show, 5 last minutes of the show.
You want to build it smart. For example, I don't want to talk about sex relationship and the first thing I'm doing on stage, right?
Okay.
Personally, the more my marriage is getting longer, the less sex jokes I have. Just because I'm a family guy. But as a single comedian, when I was single also I knew that the 20 minutes, 15 minutes of the end of the show is going to be kind of on the border of dirty. It was not really, brutally dirty, but it was like about sex issues, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I never opened the show with this. And I asked myself, why? And it's the same thing like I'm going to sit in a date with a girl, and I'm not going to ask her, what's your preference position in sex, right? It's not going to be my first question. I'm going to ask her, what's your dream? What's your hobbies? And if the date goes very well and we kiss in the end, I'm still not going to ask her what's her... It's a stupid question. But you got to have timing. It's not just in the joke. Yeah. It's not just when I'm going to say people think timing, comedical timing, it's how you say the punchline. Mm-hmm. And it's not just that. It's when you say what also in general in the perspective of the show.
Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense. I tell you why I'm like drilling on this, like why I think it's like theoretically interesting. I mean, it's pretty obvious to me that people are in a good mood will laugh more, and like people in a depressed mood will be sad more from the same sad thing, and people stressed will be more frightened from the thing. I mean, it makes sense. But the thing is, like all theories of humor, there are theories of humor from Plato and Schopenhauer and Freud, and all these theories of humor talk about what makes something funny, and they don't take into account like the state of mind. And like a person, like a leading theory is about like tension. You raise some tension and then you solve it, and that's the funny part of like you solved like a puzzle. Mm-hmm. But in that case, you'd think people with more tension would have more enjoyment. So it's kind of counterintuitive. So I think there's a strong element of like state of mind, and the fact that comedy needs warm up is like a good evidence of that.
Yeah.
But also the fact that it happens in the most dire situations in the Holocaust or whatever also says like, so
or also now that we're in a war and people really.
Yeah. And comedians, you probably went and visited.
People write me all the time on WhatsApp, and I needed this laugh.
Yeah.
It's like it was never before. I needed this laugh. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for that. I needed that.
Yeah. So we think it's something like very important evolutionarily. We were given like this way of like dealing with the world.
Monkeys throwing shit at each other to make each other laugh.
And us.
And they're... Yeah, but that's something that raised their serotonin, I suppose.
Yeah, dopamine. Yeah.
Serotonin, dopamine, endorphin, melatonin.
Yeah, all kinds of ins.
Professionally, what's the right one?
I think it's dopamine.
Yeah?
Is it? It could be both, like dopamine.
Oh, dopamine makes sense because dope, it's like...
I don't think it's right.
No?
Like dopamine is serotonin and like the most common neuromodulators that make you happy, I think. Lots of people
Yeah.
talk about endorphins, but I think it's something later in the process.
But it's what I'm trying to say. It's something very so basic,
Yeah.
so biblical,
Yeah.
even before.
No,
You
but
know
there was
what it-
nothing before the Bible. It's the start of the
Yeah,
world, right?
of course. I was a researcher, you know that.
Yeah.
And Amir and I were fresh fathers, you know. What about you, Shaike?
I'm not. I got married this year.
Just
but
fresh.
not,
Mazel tov.
Thank
You look younger.
I look very young.
Younger than getting married, but
Mm.
just saying, בקרוב אצלך בעזרת השם. With God will, you will be too. But so that's when you see in a baby the things that make them laugh. That's fascinating. I'm sure as a researcher, you even more
Yeah.
trying to make your kid laugh.
Yeah.
I'm as a comedian, for me, it's like it's a job. I don't like when she's laughing for free. But
There's like a really cool example.
Yeah.
It's not like a really research protocol, but there is example of like they take a father takes his baby for the like just born baby, and he like takes his tongue out, and the baby mimics him and takes his tongue out, and is laughing, and it's like really from the like 5 minutes of the baby being born. So that's like the research really goes with what you're saying.
Yep. Yeah. It's humor comes naturally with our DNA, it's for sure, and also the way to work with it, the way to to manipulate some forms of the turns that you have in the joke or the surprise that you have, all those very basic mechanisms that makes the joke working.
Yeah.
That's what also fascinating, the processing that you take, that you do with it. So it's very early age,
Yeah.
till being an adult. And what we do as comedians, we basically coming up with some words that come together as a line.
Mm-hmm.
That the end of it, you will go ha ha. So I'm basically that's the power that I'm talking about. That it feels very strong. That I'm
Yeah. So
I'm basically an engineer of amusement or laughter or enjoyment.
yeah.
So I'm the engineer of your feeling better kind of feeling.
Yeah, so that's exactly why we want to talk to you, because you know how to do that. Like we study psychology. We don't know. We
and
don't
you
understand.
expecting that I'm gonna give you this magic in this podcast? That like, I'm sorry, Andre, you're awesome, but like
Yeah. Should we stop recording? Give it a
No,
offline?
but I'm just saying. First of all, most of comedians don't even know how they do it.
Yeah, I know. I imagine.
We don't know.
I imagine. But so that's what like the idea is, to try to talk and try to get, because you must have great insight. Or just like interesting. How do you think about it?
I think I have.
I do. I also think you, because like, okay, so you're an
But
engineer.
I'm not sure I know them. I don't.
Yeah, they're
listen,
implicit. They're unconscious.
Maybe I know some.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I know.
There is a certain like arrangement of words which you surprise us, and some surprises cause us to something like ignites in us and jumps, and like it's not clear what's characteristic, what's essential about that type of surprise that makes us feel good, calms us down.
You have the behavior. You have the behavior of the character of the comedian. You have the structure of what he says.
Yeah.
Which it changes with the jokes. It could be 80 or 100 of shapes of comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Most of the comedians don't came up with that from scratch. You see evolution of comedy.
Yeah.
It gets better with generations.
yeah.
Because I have more information of comedians now in 2024 than a comedian in the 90s in America had. So I have more, and I see new comics now. I'm doing stand-up 20 years now. I see comics that they're 3 years, and someone will think that they're way more
Because
experienced because they have all that data
yeah.
in them. But they watch Netflix that I didn't have when I started to perform, or YouTube. YouTube was not exist when I started to perform.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have all the 20 years of experience on your own. You did like a lot of.
I have my experience, but
reinforcement learning.
it's very limited. It's very linearic.
But you think you can learn? You can think you can do everything from watching. You can
No, but you get a lot of your brain without even.
Yeah.
The amount of specials that I watched in the past 5 years, that it's new Netflix in Israel, right?
Yeah.
Well, how much we have? How long? 10 years? Yeah,
maybe.
So I'm watching only 5 years. No, also YouTube.
Yeah.
It gets you better. Your brain gets way funnier. What can you say? It's like going to the clubs to watch, to be part of this community.
Yeah. Yeah, you need...
Manny Malka, my friend, opened for me in Jerusalem. I had a show for soldiers. It was in 2007. And he told me there is a new site that you can upload your material. So it's like, what? But yeah, you stand up. You take that from the tape, you edit it in the computer. I had a camera, video camera with tape, cassettes. It's like, okay, so you can put it in the internet now. Okay, what's the name of the site? And he wrote me the letters, YouTube. So I remember that I'm not going to www. Was 2007.
Slash like this.
I'm going to show you the note that I have it.
You keep it.
No. But it's a real story. So,
yeah.
So, those generations, from Charlie Chaplin to whatever your taste in comedy, Richard Pryor, people start to build that for us.
Yeah.
You know how stand-up started?
No.
You're searching humor and you don't know how stand-up comedy started?
Didn't it exist always?
No.
What is the first point?
No. First of all, let's describe what's stand-up.
Okay. A person, single show, person telling giving a humorous performance.
What's the difference?
Non-scripted.
Yeah. Non-scripted or maybe scripted, but that he knows by heart.
Loosely scripted, like interacting with the audience generally.
And a person by himself.
Yeah.
Not much of props, not much of wigs or stuff.
Well, yeah, you can, but nothing generally.
So somewhere in 20s or 30s in Manhattan.
Yeah.
There were strip clubs run by Italian people.
Mm-hmm.
And there were only 3 or 4 strippers. So they finish all the dancing. They need to get ready again. But by the time that the third one finished, the first one is not ready yet, right?
Yeah.
So they had to have someone to start to set the club, rearrange the club for the next round, right? So this is the guy that goes on stage and kick all the people that like drooling on the stage, kick their feet, make fun of him. Go home, your wife is wet. It's like the Italian, the comedy. Why the Italian comedians are so natural? Because it's very in their essence. Or let's say the New Yorkers, Italians, and they're, come on, where's the stand-up guy? Was a guy that stands there and make fun of people and rearrange the club.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't know that history.
Yeah, and that's why comedians and strippers are so connected. Yeah.
And soccer players.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
Not something else. No, people. My wife think it's because.
Okay, very cool. So we so we wanted about smiling. So we wanted to talk about the mood and the fact that you have a smirk. Andrew told me to do that. Shai has an example of like a very cool research about smiling.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, like we talked
also,
about.
we want to talk about the
getting married.
The sad clown, but yeah, let's do that.
Clown. Yeah. Okay, you mean like a stand-upist that isn't smiling?
No.
Oh, like someone is
the fact that he's sad. The comedian is usually sad.
It's a subject that we're gonna talk next.
Okay.
Okay. You said the agenda. So yeah, what we wanted to talk to you about. So we talked about you smiling, and we both thought about it a lot and thought it probably. First of all, we talked before mimicry, right? So when you smile, it makes the audience more likely to smile because we like to mimic facial expressions. Okay, and this is like very well known evolutionary reasons for that, and even more so, there's a really interesting study from the 80s. So it's pretty well known that they had people They come to the lab and they give them a pen, okay? And some people, they told them to hold the pen like this, like clench their, like between the lips.
To bite it.
Like to bite it, but in a way that prevents them from smiling.
So like this, like with lips.
Yeah,
right?
I really can mimic it good. They're like images in the paper. And other people, they like bite on it, like they bite on it, so it made them smile. And people did that with this weird idea of having the pen in their mouth while they're and they did a bunch of tasks and they looked at cartoons and they said how funny were the cartoons. And of the people that were like smiling because of the pen of the mouth, they said it was funnier because they were smiling. So the smile made them perceive the cartoons as funnier. They said it's even means that that they like not only did they say it, they take it as evidence for that they felt it was funnier, like emotionally. So do you think about that when you're like your sort of persona of like this chill laid back guy with smiling the way you perform?
Maybe not super consciously. I want you, if you're in my crowd, I want you to have fun. So yes, I'm trying to give you the feeling that you're with chevre, you're in a good environment. I'm here to make you feel good. Again, it's like a date. If you sit in a date, yes. So what? I see comics sometimes that they're performing like their character. Their character is to be angry.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's 100% not funny. It is. It could be funny, but if this is your line of I had someone to open for me, and that was the character, and I said like, why he does like he work on something new now. I know him from before, but then all of a sudden I see him like, hi guys, good evening. I'm like, this is not the vibe that I'm trying to work here. This is not good for me, for my show, and I'm sure it's not gonna work for him for a very long time.
Yeah,
I think it works very well for you. Like,
thank you.
You give us like a very like a positive vibe, like an Israeli kind of.
Yeah, but like we're here together. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to like, what's the deal with I think women and men and and they get this stress or this anger vibe that it's good for one joke or for. Ma'awal, Silsulim in Mizrahi song, Mediterranean song. So I love when in the middle of the song I hear this. I love when it's a decoration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if the whole song is like that, you don't find it interesting anymore.
Yeah.
It's not special. So the same thing is here. If you have to have your frequency to decide what it is, it's got to be positive.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to be angry at some point, you can, but get back to your basic channel of I don't even know how to call it, but like a good vibes frequency.
Yeah.
I would say.
He would really call it like a baseline, right?
Baseline.
Baseline of
Amidat Motza.
yeah.
Base standing.
Stance, base stance.
Base stands.
Yeah.
That's what we are. We're in
In a good place.
in a safe zone. I know you came from work. I know you came from your stress. I know you bothered by, I don't know, the kids swimming group or whatever. You have your own shit that you came with.
Yeah.
You're my crowd. You're not here to please me. I'm here to work for you. I'm here to amuse you. I'm not a clown. I'm not an entertainer. I'm an artist. So we respect each other. You came to see what I have to say. You didn't came to see me doing faces and try to tickle you. I'm not here to tickle you, but I'm here to serve you.
Yeah.
With my ideas and with my thoughts. And I promise that there is punchline in the end.
Yeah.
I'm not promised you're gonna laugh at every punchline, but I'm promised that I wrote punchlines in the end of my sentences.
Yeah.
They end with a joke.
Which are surprising takes on the world, right? You have like novel ideas about the world that they haven't heard before.
Maybe they heard before, but they didn't hear me saying those things. So I didn't come up with only with new stuff, and I'm so brilliant or something. I have some thoughts and some jokes that I think they're new directions of maybe stuff that you already heard before.
They are brilliant. We
Thank you, but for now, current event.
Yeah.
They heard the news. They heard what's going on.
But not your take on it.
When they hear my take on it, they hear it with something that I have funny to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like the pilots and that they release the photos of the female pilots that they go to Iran to bomb Iran. So for me, what's funny was that that Israel sees them equal. Pilots, men and women, we're there. We're in 2024. For us, it's nothing. It's the same thing. But we show that out that we send women. Why? Want to tell the Iranians, we send vaginas, motherfucker. That's
We're killed by women.
Yeah, look what we want to humiliate them. We play with their heads. So that's my take on it. And it's not something that you didn't know before. You felt that feeling. You didn't know to tell yourself, this is nice to send women. You felt that feeling that like even women can, it's like in the Islamic regime, the radicals, what their approach to women.
Positive.
Very positive. That's why they protect them and
hide them in
they hide them
in
in
the face and
so yeah. So there's that. As you think of that's why for us it's like we send girls to not even women. We send like in the way of the press works.
Yeah.
We're showing those. We're proud of you, girls. We're proud of you. But there's a serious pilots. They're serious. It just happened to be women, but they're very serious people in a shape of women. It's a men with a womb men.
Yes, yeah.
That it's for us, it's not a big deal, but for them, yeah. So there's
yeah. So also something I like very much. I feel like many of your punchlines, you like the punchlines is very little words. Like you take back words. Like I'll give you an example. I'll butcher your own joke. You said about like after your father passing away, and you have like stand-up about that, and it's like heart-tearing, like heartbreaking, and then you describe how you like, and then you go and recognize the body, and you go out and you cry, and then someone gives you a chabcha and asks, is it him? And that's funny in itself. And then you say, kama tipesh. That's it. Like that's your punch. Or like, or you say about another example. You say about like a man chushim. If I would tell you not a man chushim, one children performer takes like
kosem chushi.
Kosem chushi. No, but I'm getting mixed up stories. It's about a man iradim. If I had to tell you, one of them takes hard drugs. How many guesses? Like the punchline is how many guesses, right? Like you don't need like, so everybody laughs before, and then you say how many guesses. That's a stand-up. That's the punchline. So the punchline, like to me, you leave a lot for the audience to do in their head. Does that like make sense to you, or just like it happened?
I think first of all, yeah, I know what you're saying, but remember I said there are 80 shapes, maybe 100, maybe more shapes of jokes. They repeat themselves.
Yeah.
That's one of those that you're not taking the arrow and shot in the target. You're not shoot at something. You just release it like that. That's a shape of comedy. It's like it's here. I mean, I'm not even giving you the come take it. It's here. You want it. You take it. That's the joke shape of. Do
you think it helps that they do it in their own head? It's funnier than if you would have said it.
It's not a style. It's a style of a specific joke.
Yeah.
But it is funny. It is funny.
I think so. I love it. Like as an audience, I love when like it's hinted and I do it in my own head.
Yeah.
I find it funnier, but I don't know. Maybe.
So, I have something about Eyal Golan in the war. He did the song of Am Israel High. Am Israel High. So I said like in the Mawal when that I love this song, and I feel how it combines the country together. I feel how everyone can relate to it. It's like that's what we need, art that puts us together. And in the Mawal, hi, I felt that we kind of forgave him for the, only in the Mawal. So it's not a whole punchline. I'm not talking about what happened or not, but like I felt that in this little moment, it's like, for now, after the Mawal ends, but...
It feels also like a good idea here. I think, I don't know if you do it on purpose, but it feels like you give credit to the audience. You give them enough credit. They can complete the joke. They know about the Al Golan. You don't need to say it, right? It's like, it's very respectful of the audience.
I give a lot of credit to my audience. I don't have a lot of audience. But what I have, they're smart.
The best 10 people in the country you'll find. Yeah.
I have small audience, but very, my crowd is awesome.
I take it as a compliment, being one of your...
I'm telling you that you guys are my audience.
Yeah.
It's people that in universities, the people with degrees. I don't know why. I'm talking about the Hebrew language. I'm talking about history. I don't know why. I didn't finish. I finished high school, but I don't have. I didn't go to higher education or something. But my crowd is very like it's doctors. It's pilots in El Al send me stuff. This is so fun. It's like quality people with real jobs.
Yeah, but like you said before, it could be like innate. You were like born with it. You don't need to do like a degree. To do, of course, to do comedy, you don't need a degree in comedy.
But you wanna bring smart stuff. You wanna bring the.
Your jokes are smart.
You wanna if you didn't get education, you wanna do self-education. That's what I would vote for. Mm-hmm. I speak English around a year and a half now.
What do you mean?
No, just kidding. But I had to learn. I have to learn English. But I wanted to perform in English. I had to learn the language from nothing. I didn't know.
And like in English, you because like you intelligent, educated people love you, and you do in English, and it's something in your delivery in English. You do it very like your entire stand-up, but in English specifically, it's very like down to earth, very like simple.
I want to make it easy to the message needs to be fast and easy to understand. In comedy, you can't go around too much. And I have family that want to tell me funny stories sometimes.
Yeah.
They ignore the fact that that's what I do for a living for so many years. And they set me and they start to say, and they take turns and they're going to another story that makes the punchline so far. And I'm just laughing from the lack of self-awareness. So it is, you gotta sharpen it and shorten it the maximum you can, and it helps you to edit what you want to say to people, even if it's not funny. You want to edit when you talk to your boss, to your wife. There's like the message is here. Let's start from the bottom line. We don't need to go around.
Yeah,
I want to this and that. It's very Israeli, by the way. It's very us-like.
Yeah, it works.
It works
with like the Israeli.
With the Israeli accent, it works.
Yeah, with the accent.
If you be American, it's like, well, he's rude. But for Israeli, that's how they are. They're savages.
In America, did you feel like you were the outsider telling them about like...
I feel like an alien in America.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like that are... now I have a crowd that come to see me. Mm-hmm. And it's very, very thankful for that. And it's very amazing. It's very privileging and luxuring. It's very nice.
You're in the Comedy Cellar next week, right?
No, it's next week I'm in City Winery.
City Winery.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go to the Cellar, try to get a spot.
Nice.
But it's very humbling and it's very awesome. But before that, when you go on a marathon, like in the Cellar, the people didn't know you're gonna go, and they hear your accent and they see that you're different. They stop everything and they wanna see what you gotta say. So it's unique. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's great.
We had when we had Modi over, we talked about like Modi does. He considers himself a Jewish comic, and he says like everybody can laugh from his jokes, but Jews understand it like on a different level. They laugh more and like because it's very. And we talked about like how humor is like a great sign for like in-group, out-group. Like whoever understands the same, there's like a basic common knowledge, and like you can know very well who has that common knowledge and who doesn't. But I think like it's really funny. So I mean that I completely understand. But like you're coming in as an outsider, and there's also that kind of genre. Like there's Ismo, you know Ismo, the Finnish comedian.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Finishing.
Finish, like Eli.
Like Eli Finish?
Exactly.
Nice.
Eli doesn't look typical, but Eli Finish. Yeah. So like being the outsider, like coming to America. Also, Jim Jeffries, he's like Australian. You come to America and you tell them about their stuff from like a foreign perspective, a foreign accent, It's somehow there's power in that. There's comedy in that as well.
Yeah. So that's the way it goes. Let's say close history to us. If you look at the numbers of the foreign comics that perform Spanish, Hispanic, what we have Italian with an Italian accent. We have the Brazilian one, Rafa. What's his name? Very, very great comics.
Yeah.
So they start with their shtick, with their approach from where they're from, and I hate vowels, you know. Ismo, these guys, and the generation before you have Fluffy and you have Joe Coy. So you got the point. You know, Asian comedian, black comics, all those things.
Yeah.
And the next stuff they do is to spread to America, general.
Yeah.
But they always have this thick core of their people that they're gonna. Yeah. I really relate to what you talked to Modi about. The Jews will bring Jews to get together with the Jews. He's a Jewish comedian. That's gonna be the main.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be maybe 50-50. It's good, but you want the 50% that they're not from your community.
Yeah.
But they're there because they married in. They're friends from work that they say, we're going tonight, someone great, you want to come? Friends in general, family. What else? Just bring it up. It's people that they're signed up to the club. And this is the only show. When I'm taking the Laugh Factory, I'm closing at night.
Okay.
I'm doing 2 shows in LA. Nothing else, the comedy the same night. I took over the night.
Very good.
Very Israeli of me to colonize. And if you want to laugh at the laugh the same night, it doesn't matter if you're Jewish or not. You're going to come to see me, bitch. So there's that, you know?
These are your options.
Yeah. So you always pulling more people than your people. But then they become your family also. And they love you because you made them laugh. So it doesn't matter, you know, if you're Jewish or not.
Yeah, I think your humor is pretty universal. Like you would make anyone laugh, and even it's funny not knowing Israeli. Like you don't have to be Israeli to laugh.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put you on the spot.
How come?
If I'm asking who's not Jewish and you raise your hand, I'm gonna put you on the spot.
But I'll
with
laugh.
Jokes from our perspective,
right?
You know, or we didn't choose to be chosen. It's not our choice.
It happened.
We've been chosen. It's not our choice. We didn't choose that.
Yeah, that's a good.
So what can we do? You blame us for being Jews? You want to maybe blame God? Maybe. I don't know.
It's not a coincidence that Jews.
Yeah.
The chosen people.
Chosen people. I'm sorry. What?
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking it's interesting the way that you do it, the way that you do your English comedy, whether it be to Israelis or anyone else, is that you could have like 2 routes. You could choose to try to merge together with American culture, like do a really good American accent, try to do a really be fluent really in English, and you choose like the other route to be the most Israeli as you can. I feel like you like downgrade your English, like you said, use an outcome of that you're using few words because you want to make it short. Is the English is a bit broken, but I think it makes it funnier. So I was wondering. So it's interesting to, yeah, your idea of that.
Yeah, I guess. Listen, this is stuff that you're just compressing 10 years to a question or to a sentence or to a conclusion. That's something that I do for more than 10 years. That's the English part. Mm-hmm. And you see what works with time. You see what gets the best reaction and what more people like in you when they come to see. They come back. Some people come to see Funny Monday for the 10th time.
Wow.
And it's very nice, and they comment and they tell you what's going on, so they love that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm not trying to be. That's the reason that I'm not an actor. I'm a comedian, so I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. That's gonna be very stupid.
Yeah. Do you find it different? Like you're the same person when you're in Hebrew and English? The crowd reacts the same to the same jokes? Like it's just translation, or it's more?
That's the thing that you gotta be authentic with what you want to say. Well, you gotta believe that's the truth in it. That's why it's funny. Doesn't matter the language is a vehicle. Yeah. It is funny that I'm making mistakes in English. I get it. It's funny. Sometimes it's adding some comedy to them. I'm not mistaking on purpose, by the way. But it's a vehicle to get you somewhere. It's not the target. It's the transformation to the target with the language. So if you speak Hebrew and you're in a show of mine in Hebrew and I'm speaking Hebrew, you forget the language after a minute of the show. You're in the story. I have a story to tell you. No matter what language you come to see me in, you have a story to tell you in the show. So, yeah, I mean, they're both very fascinating. The humor is the language. Humor is a language, by the way.
Humor is a language?
Yeah. It's more important. The level of the humor language is more responsible for the show than the language. Mm-hmm. If you think about it. Because I want to make sure that you're laughing a few times a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you understood everything I said. I'm not responsible for every word I said is going to be correct. Mm-hmm. Like is or are or these or this. Things that I learned. Mm-hmm. But I didn't go over it, make sure that everything is true. Mm-hmm. I never did. I'm trying my best, but no, I never polished my English to the end of it. I think it's a limitation. If you weren't born in a native, it's gonna be harder for you.
Yeah, but that's right. Like I said, that's why you seem so authentic when you speak English. You seem like you're not trying, you're not faking anything.
And also I have a bit about that. I'm not trying to be American, you guys. I think it's an ugly language, English. I think you guys are dumb. Hebrew is 10 times better language than English. So why are you doing English? Because to educate you with the knowledge that I have in your language. Because you're not gonna learn Hebrew to learn from me. So I'm bringing you I'm helping you here.
Yeah, like Americans, like in Israel, you have to have at least 2 languages, even 3 or 4. Americans, most of them only know English.
7% of Americans only left America.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
They don't have a passport, I think.
7% of Americans have a passport.
Yeah.
They don't need. America is huge. Everyone speaks English. It's nice.
They need. It's just like a conception. Like I
also
went traveling.
Also, who checked that? That's
I mean,
sounds like a myth to make them look dumb.
That's true.
Which they are.
96% of them are dumb. I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a percent that we meet.
No,
not at all.
Wait, I wanted to say. So about I don't remember.
Okay, guys. So
I have something.
As you can see, I'm a professional at this. Yeah. This is what I do.
I have something interesting I wanted to say related to something you said. I'm going a little bit back, but you said about summarizing, and you said also summarizing 10 years of experience. So like you have the bit where you do with one hand, like this is one of my favorite bits of yours. And the interesting thing about that you're telling a joke, and at the same time you're kind of summarizing the Israeli-Arab conflict from our perspective, at least, with it's like less than a minute of a bit. So yeah, I feel like you're doing very well the bit of summarizing. And
thank you, mister.
And did you feel like in these kind of jokes that you're like also like educating the crowd about the for example the conflict?
Yeah, I mean, again, you don't need that much words, and comedy puts you in order. Comedy makes you be put together. If you give me an hour now to talk about something, I can, but
yeah, But what do you mean by put in order? What it was?
It puts the things in the order.
Oh, I see.
I don't need to make it to elaborate.
Yeah.
Now I have to be on time. I gotta be there.
On point.
They're waiting for something.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the. You can't go around it too long. So yeah, what you're saying here is very important to get to the point, and the point has to be funny, as ASAP as possible.
I remember. Yeah. I remember, and it has to do with this. What I wanted to say is, you talk about like educating the crowd and stuff. I think that humor is always learning. So like, if someone laughs at your joke, it means they're saying there's something to that. I mean, they're admitting. Whenever someone laughs at your joke, it means they're admitting it's a bit correct.
Yes and no.
You think?
Dan DeVito said in one of his comedy tips, he said, a good comedian will make you laugh at something that you don't agree with. And the comments that I love the most in my Instagram or my comments on my stand-up is that what someone said, like, listen, I'm Muslim, I am pro-Palestine, but I love this bit. That's funny.
That's amazing.
But it is amazing because I'm pro-Palestine, you know? You are too?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm pro-Israel and I'm pro-Palestine.
Yeah.
That's what people don't know about us. Most of the people that you meet, the most right-wing, will tell you I'm pro-Palestine too.
Yeah.
Even if it's an imaginary state now. No one declared it as a state. But Palestinian people, did they do something to me? The innocent people? Will I like them to be heard? Never. So when someone approaching, so like, I love what you said. I didn't say anything bad. I never said that innocent people, I want something bad to happen to my neighbors. You know, people our age, we're both 42. We remember times that you could go to Gaza and buy in the market.
Did you go? I remember the stories, but
I remember more stories. I never go, but it's sad what's going on. We all agree. We all want peace. We all want to look at them as like our Arab neighbors that we have when we get along with, and they work with you, and they come to your smachot, and they come to your bar mitzvahs, legit friends.
Yeah.
So people don't know that. But when someone comment that, you made me laugh. So like, okay, think about what's going on right now. We're not genociding. We're not the colonizers. We're not. It's all those things that it's just funding Jewish blaming. Jewish being blamed for.
Yeah.
That's new perspective of thinking about that.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. I think humor is like the best vehicle for that. Like, I mean, I think if you make someone laugh, he can't say that what you're saying is completely bullshit. He can't say he doesn't respect you, and he can't say he doesn't like you. The moment he laughs, he's like, you're in. It's like a Trojan horse.
He in this vehicle.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Trojan horse. So, fair.
Smooth, right?
I like the maneuver. Yeah, we wanted to talk about, the statue in the entrance of the university.
Yeah.
They're smaller.
So you think there are people that studying here and didn't know that because of its structure with the technology items?
Didn't know what? Didn't know it was like a Trojan horse?
Maybe I'll give a...
What's the symboling of that statue?
I didn't really think about it.
So you are
this specific statue?
Yeah. You know the horse near Smollett?
I know.
Yeah.
So you thought it's just a horse?
I thought it was it's supposed to be the Trojan horse.
But why from pieces of keyboards and devices of computer?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe like the technology.
You try to drive without Waze recently?
Not really, yeah.
Because now in the war, the Waze kind of got nuts.
Yeah, I drive usually in the north because my parents in Haifa.
Okay, so you know what it's like when technology taken from you.
Yeah.
So technology here to lower our brain to the level that we feel that we don't need anything. We just you have everything in your phone, right? So when they take it from you, that's a Trojan horse. It's the same thing.
Who are the Trojans, though?
I'll give you an example. Apps for water. People downloading an app to remind them to drink water. so you can dehydrate it and die because you didn't have a charger.
Yeah.
The drinking of yours depend on electricity. So you're a robot, but we.
It's absurd.
It's absurd. Let's talk about the Trojan people for a second. The Trojan horse very helps me in the show to explain why we have to stay alive and protect the narrative, that they start to steal the narrative even now when we are alive. Just to say, the Trojan horse is a story of the Greek people, that they saw that they're losing the war, they cannot defeat the walls of the Trojan people.
Mm-hmm.
So they left them a gift for the gods, Trojan, that built from boats that they left. They took that inside the city, and in the night, their warriors of the Greek people got out of this horse and killed the guards from inside, opened the gates. All the Greek people got inside Troy and killed everyone, raped people, and burned the city to the ground. This story is amazing for the reason that they called this the horse Trojan.
Yeah.
It was Greek. The horse is Greek. Think about it.
Yeah.
No Trojan people here to defend the narrative. Hey, sorry, but we are this is the biggest victim blaming ever. But they're not here to say that because they're dead. So it's a Trojan. So that's why we have to defend the narrative because,
As Trojans ourselves.
Exactly. They're not going to only say that Israel never existed. They're going to say that the Trojan horse is Jewish.
In Jaffa, I used to live in Jaffa, and there's a sign there with the history of the place, and they say 800 BC. Ottomans conquered. 50 AC, these conquered. The Babylonians conquered. 1948, Israel liberated. Everybody conquered. We liberated.
Well, we did.
So that's our narrative.
Yeah, listen, I'm not saying people that they're not us don't have rights here.
Yeah, no, of course.
I'm not saying Arabs are not part of this land. I'm not saying all of these things.
Yeah.
But we have to understand history, and we have to understand what's going on now. Even if you think we are colonizers, even if you believe in that, okay, we colonized it 75 years ago. If we did, I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
But let's say we did.
Okay.
It's still that's it. That's 75 years. You have 25 years to fight back. One generation. There are 3 generations. No, it's a law for being palit.
Refugee? 100 years?
25.
Oh.
Unless you're Palestinian, and then you have it's unlimited.
Yeah.
You can have refugee camps no matter where you are, and it's fine.
It passes to your kids as well.
Yeah. I'm not joking.
No.
There is this international law for that, and also the Palestinian law for that. It's not just a joke. That's really happening, and they're maintaining that right of return that we have for Jews. They have that for refugees.
Refugees.
We can have peace in a minute. We can have peace in 1 minute. Like Jews, Israelis, we can have tomorrow. We have peace agreement. Everything is fine. No war. We are the side that won that.
And what we need is jokes, right?
What we need is another side that will shake hands. And comedy, of course.
Do you know Palestinian comedians? You do?
Yeah. Half Palestinian. There's in America. And,
okay.
Yeah.
But from
Bassem
Palestine,
Youssef?
from West Bank or
I'm not sure it's very easy to maintain a comedy club in Gaza right now. But
no, but maybe people who practice it are. I never heard of comedy coming out of there, because there is music coming out of there and art.
You know Muhammad Nama?
No.
So he's an Arab.
Muhammad, I would
Makes
guess.
sense. Makes sense.
Girl, boy.
It's a boy. It's a boy named Muhammad. Yeah. He's a friend, and he's doing a great job of doing an Arabic and Hebrew comedy.
Yeah.
I think he puts people together too.
Yeah.
I think he does a good job in this area.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, I had a feeling. I didn't look that way.
Salon podcast, long. Huh? Andre.
Andre needs to edit, yeah.
I came here, I was shaved. Andre is a real Russian. He was smiling. That was okay. Okay, joke. Some Soviet stuff. Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Andre is the best, by the way. I'm gonna steal it from you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're built on Andre.
You
Don't-
can't. You don't.
you can't offer him
you
more than
can't, You can't afford him.
That's true.
You can't afford him.
That's true.
It's the CEO. You guys, more things, or let's
Yeah,
ma?
a lot more, but we need to wrap up.
Let's
So,
wrap up.
So thanks very much. Thank you very much. It was.
I thought we were gonna do rap. Okay.
Yeah.
We like to.
Thank you.
We like to end with like recommendations. Like we give recommendations, and we like our guests to give recommendations, mostly so we know new stuff.
All right.
But so I wanted to recommend Ismo. I think it's like it's a good reference from you. Like he's an amazing Finnish comedian. So there's this funny
Great.
bit about shit. You know, you must.
Yeah, I love
it's
the
like
bit.
it's the most famous.
The
bit.
shit bit.
Exactly, the shit bit.
I love it.
It's the shit.
It's the shit. Do you have anything which you think maybe like you like, but you think maybe it's not very, very famous? Any comedic bit?
Wow. I have a few.
Like not necessarily your own, like of other people.
No, of course I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
Just of others. You know the bit about goodbye Jews?
Yeah.
That Louis C.K. does in,
On
you know
Conan.
that? On
I don't
Conan
know.
O'Brien? You should watch it. He talks about the movie that Steven Spielberg did about the Holocaust.
Spielberg.
Schindler's
Schindler.
List.
Steven Schindler.
Spielberg's list.
Spielberg list.
Spielberg's list.
Steven Spielberg, no?
Yeah, Schindler's List.
Schindler list. Schindler wasn't a Jew, by the way. That's why it's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Of saving Jews. No, it's not awesome for being not Jews.
It's bad not being a Jew.
Yes.
Better to
So that bit, and also I really love. I love Andrew Schultz. Is really there are a lot of new comedians that they're really making it. Very inspiring.
Who do you like?
Ali Wong, very, very funny. I just watched her special recently, the new one. Adam Sandler's is not new, but his new
good.
special is very, very funny.
Good.
Musical and jokes, very good. These kind of things. What else?
Amazing. No,
Israeli ones?
No, whatever you like. Whatever you Israeli ones. Who do you like? Israeli.
Wow, a lot. It's
New guys.
Yonatan Barak.
The Barak.
It's in Hebrew though.
Yeah.
But we got the 7th special. 7th. That's America amazing. You know? The last one is 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. Just sit and watch it. It's great.
I haven't.
Of course, Shachar Hasson, my dear friend, and Manny Malka, Adam Sharon.
Adam Sharon.
Yeah. I just listened to the podcast with Ben Baruch.
Mhm.
So, when you get someone that you love, but for a few years didn't happen to me to watch him doing stand-up because life. But now I listened to the podcast with Ben Baruch, and he does some jokes there, and it's gave me the crave to go see him. So I love his comedy. It's very funny.
Cool. I'll look into.
Roy Levy,
I heard of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, that's the best.
the master.
Yeah, he's the father of stand up here.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Godfather.
Yeah, I used to, as a kid, I saw him like in Cameroon, like 5 locations ago, near Sean.
Roy Tzabari. I give you a lot of names that it's hard to see where they're performing. They're not the straight edge comics that you have Luach Hofar that you can just pick one. You gotta hand them, and that makes it even more special. They're not commercialized. They're boutique-ish comedians. They're not like Tzabari is super funny, one of the funniest people, and he's really like not pushing himself to go on stage and want to make it. He's like chill, like Arik Einstein, with the tea and the lemon and the old books, in the house. He's a good friend. He's very funny.
Amazing.
Yeah. What else?
I think that's it.
Amy Schumer.
Amy, I heard.
Yeah. Very,
Up and
very
coming.
good.
Yeah, she's great.
She's great. Shai Shuchami.
Shai Shuchami, I've never heard of.
It's very, very funny Israeli comedian.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay. Shai Vider. Wow.
Vider, we know.
Gam Vider. Gam Shuchami. Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good.
I think I know Shai Fischer.
Yeah.
Aviad Lutvak, he was here.
Yeah. Very good.
Very good.
Very funny.
Amir Moyal.
Yeah, these guys, you see, these guys are the new generation that I'm talking
Yeah.
about. They came already smart with conclusions. You didn't see them grow. They came grown. You know? This generation. I love them. They're smart, funny.
Yeah.
Idan Rabinovich.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, of course.
It's great.
Andre. Yeah.
More names. Come on, let's wrap it up. All right.
Thanks very much,
Thank you,
Yohay.
man.
It was
Thank
a pleasure.
you very much. Tamir Buskila.
Tamir Buskila.
Very good.
Andre is already fading us out.
Yeah.
Say names. Louis C.K.
עומר...
נית פרגצה. עומר זה.
עומר...
עידו קציר.
מה?
עידו קציר.
עידו קציר. עידו קציר is good.
I want to thank my family, my parents, my producer.
Omer Burstein and his wife Efrat Abramovich. I don't know why they have different last names because they're married, but they're both very, very funny.
He didn't take her last name. He didn't want to.
Yuval Semo started to stand up and it's really good. Yeah. Shauli.
Finish is starting.
Oh, I saw Shauli.
Finish, amazing, man. But I don't want to recommend famous people.
No, yeah.
But Eli Finish, he's a dear friend. I love him.
Amazing.
Shauli, it's Asi Cohen.
Yeah.
Great show.
I saw Shauli. It was amazing.
Very, very good. Yeah.
Andre is losing his shit.
Yeah.
Daniel Chen.
He left.
Andre, can I have two more names?
Are we still recording?
Two more names and that's it. Can we do?
Mickey's not here. Everything.
He's not allowing me, but I'm gonna tell you that the last two names that I want to say, these are the one that I really want to recommend. These are the real best.
All right.
But we don't have time, so next time I'll do it. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Yohay.
We'll stay more, but
amazing.
I gotta go.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
תל אביב 360, ערוץ הפודקאסטים של אוניברסיטת תל אביב.